Whether you use your mobile phone or sit in front of a computer, fundamentally your data will always be going through optical fibre. Without the work of the Optical Networks Group, you wouldn't be able to do what you do today. At no point has that been more critical than during the pandemic, in which it allowed us to stay connected and allowed our digital economy to continue to function.
The Optical Networks Group was set up in 1994 to create the first ever systems engineering group in any university in the UK in the area of optical communications.
Here in the Optical Networks Group, we are placed right at the heart of a web of over 60 different international and UK industrial collaborators.
Our goal is to empower every person on the planet. What does that mean at the level that I work or the level of this collaboration? I think that really means we're seeing massive challenges in actually being able to provide this compute infrastructure that we've become so familiar with, whether it's your email, whether it's Teams, the pandemic, there's massive amounts of data. We want to use optics to really solve some of those critical challenges around increasing bandwidth within our networks, and particularly within the data center. Collaborating with one of the world-leading teams in optical networking and transmission helps us to push that agenda.
Pretty much any optical network is going to use technology produced within the Optical Networks Group. My favourite example is one where we use different wavelengths of light to increase the carrying capacity of optical fibre 100,000 times. That's the kind of technical advance created by those people that transforms the lives of people across the world. But it's more than that. They've embedded their industry partners in the experimental work and the theoretical work they do in an iterative process that leads to co-design of just the most amazing things.
So how critical is a collaboration between BT and a major university like UCL? The amount of energy that our network uses is huge. It's several % of the whole nation's electricity consumption. Those sorts of challenges are disruptive. They require out-of-the-box innovative thinking, the kind that ONG can do. The big innovation that's impacted the whole of society is WDM, wavelength division multiplexing, the idea of putting multiple colours on a single fibre. ONG were instrumental in doing the research behind that. That very rich collaboration really goes right back to the beginning of the internet and how very high capacity systems were built in the first place.
The work of the ONG is a perfect exemplar of what we seek to achieve in creating impact through UCL. We're incredibly proud of what they've done over many years.